What's going on, everybody? It's Sup My Mail here. This is a quick BowFa only Zulrah guide. In this guide, you will find the requirements for Zulrah, how to get there, your recommended levels and gear, and an inventory setup, and a couple of other niche things to Zulrah that we will go over kind of in detail, and I will give you some information on where to find plugins on runelite for Zulrah's different forms and rotations. This is one of the easiest bosses to master in the game, but also one of the hardest bosses to learn. I know that sounds paradoxical, but it's Runescape. What do you expect? They're never going to make it easy for us. So, before I keep yapping on, let's get right into it. So, you're ready to fight Zulrah, and you're wondering what requirements are needed and how to get there. So, Zulrah's not locked behind much. You just need partial completion of the Regicide quest to access Zulrah. And getting there is quite simple. I like to use the most efficient, quickest, fastest, easiest method. It's how I like to play the game. I know it isn't min-maxed. You won't find much of that in my guides. I enjoy playing this game when I get home, so I use the Zulrah teleport scroll. It brings you directly to the dock, which is about 20 seconds faster than using the fairy rings. Despite their high cost, they are worth using if you're going to kill Zulrah consistently, kind of farm her for a while. The price is offset by kills per hour. She also tends to drop her teleports pretty frequently, so you will see those, and what I like to do is kind of stack them and just use those. But at first, if you don't want to spend the money on them, you can use the fairy ring with the agility level of 76, beat JS, and run down to the dock. The slowest and a way I wouldn't recommend and I've never used is to charter a ship to Tyrus Camp. That requires 3,200 gold, 1,600 with Cabin Fever and the Ring of Kairos, or 800 with both. So let's move on to the recommended levels for BowFa only Zulrah. I definitely recommend a range level of at least 80. Anything higher is going to benefit you. A defense level of at least 70 to mitigate some damage. A prayer level of at least 45 for using Eagle Eye. I definitely recommend having 74 prayer with Rigor unlocked. It's not super necessary, especially if you're just going for that diary kill for Elite Void. The agility level of 76, I'm not going to make you or tell you should go train agility to 76. It's like pulling teeth, but it's definitely helpful for using the fairy ring shortcut. And it can be boosted, which is nice. Another quick note about Zulrah, you don't have to pay to retrieve your loot upon dying for the first 49 kills. It really helps the learning curve of the rotations, which we're going to get into later. After that, it will cost you 100k per death, and you reclaim your items from Gwen. For the gear, when using BowFa only, you should for sure pair it with full crystal armor. You can use a serpentine helm to free up an inventory spot for hard food or another super restore or prayer potion, but the full crystal armor matched with an anti-venom plus is definitely recommended for the added accuracy and damage bonuses. In your inventory, you definitely want to have 4 prayer or super restores, high healing food with a 1 tick like Karambwans, an extended anti-venom plus, a ranging boost potion, your rune pouch for thralls. So the thralls you'll use, you'll need blood, cosmic, and fire runes. And of course, as always, when you're learning a boss, an oh shit, 1-click teleport. Zulrah has 3 forms. Her first form being the serpentine form. It will attack with range. The magma form, which will attack with melee. You can avoid this by standing at the columns. And the tanzanite form. This form attacks with magic primarily, but she's kind of a dickhead, and she will attack you with range every once in a while. Just keep your health high in her tanzanite form, and you'll be fine. Zulrah also has a Jad phase. She alternates between ranged and magic attacks. The Zulrah Helper plugin will tell you what to pray at the beginning of the Jad phase, and what to switch to, where to stand, and it is a lot easier than going and getting your first fire cape, I promise you. Don't worry about that too much. Focus mostly on prayers rather than DPS if you are a beginner. After the Jad phase, her rotations will reset and you will have to start the rotation plugin. If you made it this far into this video, I just want to say thank you for choosing my video as your guide. If you could hit that like and subscribe button, it would be truly appreciated. Without further ado, let's get to the rest of this guide. Stay till the end of the video. I will go through a live kill with no breaks, no cuts, one shot, go. Thank you guys. So I'm going to add to this screen really quickly just Zulrah's rotations and the different rotations that she can do. Feel free to pause the video and save these images, screenshot these images, whatever you'd like to do. Like I said, I definitely recommend using the Zulrah Helper plugin that is on the runelite hub. It will make it pretty easy, and once you've done it a few dozen times, it becomes second nature. So let's get to the real reason we're at Zulrah today. Kills per hour and the GP per hour with the BowFa only method. The kills per hour that you can expect are, it's around, with high efficiency, around 18 to 24 kills per hour. Each kill is roughly around 156,138 gold per kill. So multiply that by the highest efficiency of 24 kills per hour, and you will end up with 3.747 mil GP per hour, and that is at max efficiency. When you're first starting out, it ain't gonna be that. Don't get your hopes up, but it will come with time, just like everything. Just remember to enjoy yourself. All right, everybody, here we go. One shot kill. So how we're gonna start is we're gonna go to our bank here, and don't be a pleb like me, and make sure you have room. We are gonna take out a Divine Raging Potion and a Anti-Venom. We're going to take a sip of the Divine Raging Potion. We're going to take a sip of the Anti-Venom. Deposit those back in. We're going to over-heal up here. I remember how to do it. And off to Zalandra we go. I forgot to mention, but please don't forget your Book of the Dead. So, after a few kills, you can quick board. With the tile plugins for Zulrah, you always want to start in the top right corner. We're going to summon our Thrall here. Pray either Eagle Eye or Rigger, and just start DPSing her down. So, open up the Zulrah Helper. She always starts this. So now we have melee in the middle. We click here. You do not have to pray the melee. So after every 2 attacks that you do, she will do 1. This is always going to go to Tanzanite after. This is the only rotation that Zulrah has where you have to give this helper a little bit more information. So, put the next step in. She's at the top of the island in her serpentine form, and we are just going to DPS her down here. Now, these snakelings that appear, they can hit pretty high, pretty heavy damage, so keep an eye on your health bar. With the Ring of Recoil or the Ring of Suffering, you will one-shot kill them. You're not going to do a ton of DPS here. I have max range, so I do tend to hit through. So now we need to move to the center, which is going to make these snakelings come over to us. That's fine. Just remember, you got to eat, because it does get a little chaotic. Now, move over here. Zulrah doesn't attack you in this, so you can turn your prayer off. I definitely recommend getting comfortable before you do that, because again, it gets chaotic very quickly. So we're just going to heal up while we have the chance to. Now we know that it is going to be the Tanzanite. And I'm about to actually get into a Jad phase. I think I might be able to kill her before. Alright, and that's it. That's a Zulrah kill. Nice and simple.